You are part of the 144. Now stop and listen, because I'm going to ground this in a way where you might hate me after this. So this is a combination of my notes, okay, and facts. It's like a mix of channeled and factual. So this just took a wild turn where I was getting everything together to discuss the 144. And then I looked at all these numbers and I'm like, wait a minute. Some of them could be zip codes. So I got 5, 9, 1, 2, and then at the bottom, another 1 here. So 5, 9, 1, 2, 1. The first thing that came up was Montana. Okay, now I know this sounds wild, but I was just about to explain how it's impossible for everybody who watches tarot to be part of this 144. It doesn't mean that you don't have some sort of gift or that you're not special in some way if you're not, but it's impossible, right? Just mathematically impossible. If there's 8 billion people in this world, however many people are in the world, let's ask how many people are in the world right now. Okay, so there's 8.3 billion, and that number equals 11, 1, 1. Stay with me here. So, 8.3 billion is the number 11. Okay, so I want to say this gently. I'm going to be channeling, so just bear with my eyes opening and closing. When people talk about the 144 in the Bible, they're not talking about everybody. In Revelation 7:4, which is, again, 11, 7:4, 8, 19, the sun. The text specifically says 144 were sealed from the tribes of Israel, and that is a very particular description, not a general one. So if we are being literal about the scripture, not everyone can be part of that number. And to be honest, that's okay. Not being part of the 144 does not mean you are not gifted. It does not mean you are not spiritual. It does not mean you do not have purpose or protection or wisdom or a calling. It simply means not every calling is the same and not every role is the same. Out of the entire, I don't know what that means. Out of the entire human population, which is 8.3 billion people, 144 is an extremely small number. That is a tiny group. That does not make anyone else less valuable. It just means that we need to be honest about what this text says. So if you take the Bible literally, the text itself is speaking about Israelites. Okay? John says they are of the tribes of Israel. So the literal reading points to bloodline, not just spiritual resonance. And we've been speaking a lot about bloodline here. Like, for instance, I am a Jew. So I resonate with this 144. It doesn't mean that even I'm part of the 144. I don't know. You know, not every Jewish person or with bloodlines that trace to Israel, it doesn't mean that they are part of the 144 either. But if you are Jewish by chance and you are watching this right now, I'm being told that you're part of this 144, and you may not even know that you have a gift at all. This is what I'm being told to tell you. This is what I'm coming up with, okay? You are Jewish, or you have bloodline that traces back to Israel or the Middle East. You have a deep identification with endurance, spiritual warfare, and obedience under pressure. You have an interest in ancestral identity, tribal lineage, a recognition that this is a very small and specific group in the text, not in a broad label. It's not for everyone who feels gifted, because I believe that everybody has a gift. It's just whether or not you can see it and you work on it, open up to it, and feel into it, and work on. Somebody does not want me to get this out there. Jesus Christ, excuse me. Point is, if you resonate with this message and you have this bloodline or lineage, and you feel a strong pull that you have a purpose, that like a real purpose, that you get very crazy signs and synchronicities, not just, you know, oh, I saw the number 12 today and now I'm seeing 12. No, I mean like crazy synchronicities, ancient messages, remembering. You feel like you're remembering ancient things. That's how you know that you're probably part of this group, but I can't say definitely yes or no. Who can? But this is the message I'm telling you. So maybe I'm confusing you further, and I'm not trying to. But if you know, you know. Let's look at the cards. How wild is this? There's the number 12. You really can't make this shit up. Listen, what I'm going to do is give you these messages, okay? I need you to comment and like this video if you've gotten this far. I want you to write, I'm still here in the comments and like this video. And then based on that, I'm going to keep digging deeper. I may even go live. I'm going to basically try to identify who in here is possibly part of this 144. And then based on the cards and numbers and more signs and more synchronicities, I'm going to try and narrow it down to see who out of who is watching me so far might be. My following is quite small. Okay, let's see what's coming up here. Sedna. Named for an intuitive goddess, she is an intriguing asteroid body, though fairly new to the world. And look what I wrote here. New Shit by Marilyn Manson. This is not going to be unpacked in a 10-minute video. I'm going to keep, this is going to become a series, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to start a series of the 144. If you want me to do that, also make sure that you comment and like the video. So, though fairly new to the world of discovered planetary bodies, she packs a powerful punch. Sedna brings up our fears around commitment in love and romantic affairs as the goddess who feared marriage and had to be rescued by her own father. She carries the symbolism of codependent attributes in personal relationships. She is also connected to the ocean, you guys, where the goddess eventually found her home and experienced freedom. In your chart, this asteroid can bring up complex issues around healing. It also tells a story of where and how you eventually will find your comfort and find the home in which you belong. Holy crap. Look at this. At the bottom of the deck, Starseed. You can't. Yeah, this is 53, number 8. I also am very into numerology and matching numbers and stuff, so I'm going to be taking note of these. I also have a list of those numbers of 59121. I went through all of them and I found where the zip codes are. This could be where you're from. It could be pointing me to where the 144 are from. Like, this is wild. And I'm going to keep going with this, whether or not you guys like it or not, but I have a feeling a lot of you aren't going to like it because maybe some of you aren't part of the 144 or whatever it's pointing to. I can get one more card before this is over. Look at the divination. Okay. They are encouraging me to keep going with the cards and with divination, what I'm doing in order to continue. So welcome to the series of the 144, and welcome if you feel you are. I love you.